Hey guys, welcome back. Orabomb here, bringing you another episode of our card discussion video. We're going to be going over what Japan's SM8 explosive impact for the most part. We also have to discuss these new tag team Pokemon and gym promos that are out as well. So buckle up, put it on podcast mode, do whatever you want to do, but don't forget to drop a like on this video. A couple announcements before we get into it. Now that school is starting, I'm going to try to be streaming a little bit more often in the evening. Hopefully it won't be, I think I'm not going to stream on Sundays, Tuesdays, Sundays or Tuesdays anymore, I think, right? Yeah, Sundays and Tuesdays, because I have class on Monday and Wednesday, yeah. All right, so I'm going to try not to stream on those days, but I might stream depending on how my schedule is looking like. But I'll stream all the other days, that's the plan at least. And also, you guys hit that like goal in that Sneasel video, so I'll be sure to upload a full flip deck using Sneasel as the main attacker. I'm really excited for it. We're just going to play stupid things like Pokeball and Lima. It's just going to be a fun video. Hopefully we'll do well. Probably won't though. The world's just ended, so ideally we don't see a bunch of Paralycity, right? So whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about these. Now this is going to be kind of like a live reaction because I've seen the card, but I don't really know what it does. And the same goes with these cards. Like I've taken a brief look at all these cards, but I don't really remember what they do. And it'll be a good time for me to both discuss and react at the same time. So drop a like on this video if you haven't already. Answer the comment question of the day being, did you think Zoroark Garbodor was going to win? Or did you think a different deck was going to win and why? I think in my head, at least, lots of people thought Zoroark Garbodor was going to win. Nobody really wanted it to win because it's like just, Fox is winning again. But I mean, it was really cool to see cards like Zygarde do well and Malamar make big second, bro. That's kind of crazy. But anyways, let's talk about this. Our brand new mechanic in the TCG all the way in February, but it's good to think about this now because this gives us an idea of where the TCG is going in the future. Ooh, background music is shout out to Origami, by the way. Also, shout out to PokeBeach as always for always providing us with an amazing website that we can look at these cards together with. Hold on, sorry, I had to change things on the screen, so you saw the screen flicker a little bit. Let me change it a little bit. You see more flickering. Dude, this is super professional, guys. This is Orabomb at its best. Anyways, Pikachu and Zekrom Gx. Pikarom Gx, 240 HP basic Pokemon. That's pretty insane because it is a basic, which is already a little bit wild because that makes it searchable with Ultra Ball and Nest Ball. And Nest Ball is more searchable with cards like... I'm going to change the beat, actually. With cards like... What's that card everyone likes? The Apricorn Maker and stuff like that. So this card is pretty easy to get out. There's multiple ways to get this card out, which is already a plus for this card, right? It has a fighting weakness, which kind of sucks. Obviously, one boosted attack from Sledgehammer is a knockout. Lucario Oko's this, and Buzzwole set up. Buzzwole Oko's this, but it has to be set up because obviously there's no more strong energy and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting in its own right. Metal weakness, it's actually kind of relevant because things like Duskmane Necrozma's GX attack doesn't Oko you without a choice band, which is kind of relevant because a lot of them don't play choice band because they don't have to hit these numbers. And then same thing with like Solgaleo GX. Solgaleo GX doesn't Oko you either. I think even with a choice band because I think it hits 220. I might be wrong about that, but I think it hits 220, which means it doesn't Oko you. I guess correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, in the comments if I'm wrong, which is pretty cool. So you don't get OHKO'd by a lot of things, only weakness pretty much. But you do get 2-hit KO'd by most of the meta, which is kind of relevant for its full blitz attack, especially if you attack it first. Full blitz does 150 damage. Search your deck for up to 3 lightning energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon. So it's a good energy accelerator, not just good, it's an amazing energy accelerator. But it is a 3 energy attack, so it is kind of difficult to pull it off. Obviously you have things like Magnezone, which Magnezone Zekrom might be seeing some play because like the combo is good, and if I remember Tag Bolt, yeah, I think I remember what this does, which is kind of crazy. And then you have Raikou, the Shiny Legends Raikou that accelerates energy from the discard pile. It's another option because it does give you that one, that one extra turn, or it makes it like one turn faster to set up to attack with Pikachu Zekrom. But the thing is with these tag team Pokemon is that they give up 3 prizes. So is that an even exchange? I think it is. I think it's just because like as long as you make the aggression, you should be able to 2-hit KO a Pikachu Zekrom. Just because like you can't if this if this card max potions, unless it is like a Magnezone deck, which in itself I feel like is a little bit clunky and not worth it. But unless this thing max potions, you're able to 2KO it, which means you're able to kill it before it really does its crazy GX attack, which is Tag Bolt GX, 200 damage. If this Pokemon has at least 3 extra energy attached to it, which is why that plus symbol is there. I think this is brand new to, it might just be to tag team Pokemon, but we don't have any confirmation on that yet. But if it has at least 3 extra lightning energy attached to it, this attack does 170 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So realistically, they chose 170 obviously to knock out Lele's. Like, it's not like they didn't know what they were doing. This is 2 knockout Lele's, which means that this card should be able to take 4 knockouts or 4 prizes in one attack. That's the goal. So it's interesting to me because this is the appealing part of this card. Full Blitz, as nice as it is, unless you're playing this in like Raikou GX, which is I guess an option, it's not that interesting, I guess. Because it does 150, which the choice band is 180. I guess to be fair, we have that new lightning boosting item that's coming out, which will also increase damage output, so you should still be able to take knockouts with full blitz while also charging up your bench. But you're giving up 3 prizes, which is already like half the game. But it does like pseudo put your opponent in like a 7 prize card game, kind of. Although now they still have to take like 3 knockouts if you give them only GXs, if you knock out Pikachu Zekrom. So it balances in its own way. It's actually really cool. I definitely want to try it out. Like, if you play with Magnezone, you can use Tag Bolt GX on 1 turn, but the problem is that like in next format, it's incredibly difficult to get 6 lightning energies in your hand because we don't have Professor's Letter anymore to speed that up, and we don't have Sycamore to like increase how many energies we have in our hand. In fact, all we have next format, besides like Sophocles, is like Shuffle Draw, and I guess you can also play Lily, but if you're gonna play Lily, that means you have to have 6 cards. You have to have exactly 6 lightning energies, or like have enough lightning energies to constantly be playing them down in 1 turn. So it's kind of hard to set this thing up in 1 turn to use Tag Bolt GX, which means that almost every time you're gonna be attacking. Now, if you have Lele and they have 6 energies with their Tag Bolt, you're hitting them for 160 if you have your 2 energies attached to yourself, which is a 2 KO. If you put like a little bit of damage on this Pikachu Zekrom and you have like a choice band or something like that, you could potentially take a knockout on it if you just put a little bit of chip damage on this card. So I think it's balanced. We'll just have to see what happens. I can't wait to see the other tag team Pokemon. I hope we get like something like Gladios and Latias, or like it'd be cool if we got like a Pokemon with its Alolan form, like Ninetales and Alolan Ninetales, or like Togekiss and Lucario. They're both Aura people. Come on. Anyways, all right, so that's Pikachu Zekrom. I'm trying to make this video quick, but I talked a long time about Pikachu Zekrom. We're gonna move on to these Pokemon, and I'm really excited to see what this does because I haven't actually seen it yet. 200 HP, Alolan Marowak GX. It finally got the love it deserves. Alolan Marowak is a fan favorite, so I'm very happy to see you get a GX attack. Oops, I keep moving this back, so I'm sorry guys. I do apologize. Anyways, I'm trying to like choose my other music, but whatever, it's fine. 200 HP is pretty good. Like, Lycanroc has good HP, so this means this has good HP. Let's see what it does. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon is damaged by an opponent's attack, the attacking Pokemon is now confused. That's interesting. It forces switches at least, so it's cool, I guess. It's a nice ability. Does 90 damage and it burns them, which means it does 110 damage. For Fire DCE, 110 damage. Ooh, I don't know how I like that. Because they have to take the burn damage, right? I don't think we have a way to increase burn damage right now. I guess with a choice band, that's 140. If they stay burned and they don't switch, that's an extra 20. But usually they'll switch or they'll flip heads because that happens a lot. I wonder if that pairs well with anything. I guess if they like hit themselves in confusion like that, this is just like a status machine. But it's Fire DCE, which is kind of hard to set up. Although, don't we have a Marowak that like accelerates energy? I feel like we do. So that might be a nice pair with this. We'll see. Lost Boomerang GX, a free GX attack, so that's pretty cool. If this attack does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Actually, that's kind of nice. But it's really weirdly, if a Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, put that Pokemon all cards attached to into your opponent's lost zone. That could be nice. Okay, so that pairs really well with Heat Bone. It's kind of weird because like this card, right, is 2 energy attachments at least to attack. At least I'm talking post rotation standard, of course, obviously, because rotation's like here now. So this Lost Boomerang attack doesn't make a lot of sense to be free, since you're going to have an energy attached to it, ideally, so you can use Heat Bone the following turn. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for it to be free. I guess it's nice if you're setting up a different Marowak in the back and you can just use Lost Boomerang. But in a perfect world, you use Heat Bone first, put things in range of Lost Boomerang. I know, it's interesting to say the least, I guess. So we'll see how this fares. I don't really see this card doing that well, but it's a definite option. Do we have any cool Cubones? Because if we have some Cubones that could pair well with it, that'd be nice. Because we have like ways to use, like we have Celebi and stuff like that. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any cool ideas. It's really late at night for me, so I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But let me know if you guys have any cool ideas with Alolan Marowak GX. If you guys remember any of the cool combos that could come out of this card, let me know. We have a new Slowpoke here. Look at that. So he is mean. He is angry. 70 HP. That's pretty cool. Although we do have a new supporter card that makes 70 HP Pokemon less useful than they were before. Cubone, linear attack. This attack does 20 damage to 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's pretty nice. It does put things in range. It's a DCE, so you can attack with it, which is pretty cool. So that's not bad. Alolan Marowak. I love that artwork. Why is he in a desert? Oh boy. Alolan Meowth Marowak, by the way. Bring down the hammer. Once during your turn, you may discard a React Hammer from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. I'm assuming that's a new trainer. I don't know what React Hammer is. I'm assuming it's a new supporter or trainer. We'll see what happens. We can draw 2. That's pretty cool. And it does scratch for 10 for free. Oh, look at my favorite Poke dudes right here. Latios and Latios, are y'all good? 110 HP. You're not looking good so far. 2 retreat. Yikes. Oh, this is the one from the pin collection. Oh, I know this. Hypno Wave. This puts him to sleep. It's not great. Flip a coin of tails. Discard a fire and a psychic energy from this Pokemon. That's not great either. Overall, it's a pretty meh card. Meh meaning bad. 120 HP. Still not that good. 20 damage. Search your deck for a basic energy attached to this Pokemon. Meh. 140 damage. Flip a coin of tails. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. Oh, that's so sucky, man. Why you gotta have these flip effects? This attack wouldn't be bad per se, because you can knock out Lele's with a choice band, but like it's still 120 HP. It's not that good. And then here's a card that triggers me kind of. We have a fidget spinner as a card. I was talking about this with this Discord the other day. Why do we have a fidget spinner card? Pokemon, are you just running out of ideas? Are you running out of things from the anime or the series to use? Whatever. So your deck for a basic energy card, reveal and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you go second on your first turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards instead. I guess you can use this in the sorry, I keep clearing my throat. My throat's kind of clogged up. In the Magnezone deck I was talking about, Magnezone Tag Team. Problem is that like you're not getting a turn 1 Magnezone, obviously, and and your opponent has to not judge you or any potential disruption we might get in the future as well. So I don't know. It's interesting, I guess. I think I would definitely judge my opponent or find a way to judge my opponent if my opponent were to use this turn 1 and I knew they were playing like Magnezone Tag Team, Pikarom. Anyways, it's cool. I think we're probably getting a secret rare of this, which I like this card because you can just search for basic energy, which is always nice because you're not forced to play cards like Energy Lotto anymore if you're playing basic energy. It's pretty cool because you can put this in Ultra Necrozma. So Ultra Necrozma has a new way to search its metal energy out again. That's always been a problem. That's the reason why you can't play right now, is because there's no real way to search your metal energy outside of Energy Lotto, which is never guaranteed. So I do appreciate this. Now let's talk about the set. Explosive Impact. We're gonna try our best to skim through it because I do have to go to sleep soon. We got a new Scyther. I do really like Scizor. It's nice artwork. 80 HP is pretty good. Flip 3 coins of heads. If 1 is heads, attack does 20. If 2 are heads, attack does 50. If 3 are heads, attack does 70 damage. It's okay. It's not great. I think I'd rather play the other one because it accelerates. Okay. The 1 retreat, fire weakness. Okay, nothing too special there. We got Chikorita. Your deck for grass energy attached to one of your Pokemon. That's always nice. It's colors 2, 60 HP, which might become the new norm with that new card, Professor Elms. For a spoiler, I guess it's a spoiler that you search your deck for 3 60 HP or less Pokemon. So it's like Bridget, but it puts it into your hand, which is better. It's essentially just like put 3 Zorwas into your hand is what the card should have said, because like most decks want to play 70 HP so they can attach an energy and not be knocked out by Lele, but this makes these 60 HP Pokemon a little bit more viable now. So I guess that's kind of nice in its own right. Soothing Scent, Razor Leaf. I'm just skimming through these cards. But I'll show the artwork because I like artwork. Evolves from Bayleaf. Wow. Meganium. I love me some Meganium. This Meganium is looking angry. Once during your turn, you may choose one of your basic Pokemon to play. If you have a Stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon. That's cool. You know, it's actually kind of interesting, right? Because people are always saying like, "Whoa, play this card with Venusaur because that's cool." But like, it's hard to play multiple stage 2s. In this case, like, why would you want to play with Venusaur? You're only doing 110 damage. I wish this card was better. I wish it was a really good attacker. You know what? This might be cool if we ever get like a Meganium GX in the future. That's really good, because then you just play like this Meganium here, and then you can easily evolve up with your Meganiums in the future. You don't even have to play that many rare candy. So that's actually kind of nice in its own right. You know what? I'll give it to you. Hopefully we get a good Meganium GX in the future. That's the dream. All right, let's hope for that. We got a Spinarak here. Look at that boy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is not poisoned and paralyzed, but this Pokemon all cards attach you into the Lost Zone. What? So you attack and then you put this card in the Lost Zone, huh? 50 HP. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there's like a Lost March in here or something, like the Return of Night March, so we'll see if that's any good. Oh, look how cute Ariados looks. Once during your turn, you may play this item or supporter card from your hand, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. Okay. Meh. Oh yeah, so here's one of the combos. Search your deck for a Hoppy to put onto your bench. That's pretty nice. It's 30 HP though, which is just Jet Punch fodder. Another Hoppy with 40 HP, which is probably the one you'll have to play because you don't want to be Jet Punch for knockout. Like, even though this one's nice, I think you kind of have to play this one. Skip Loom. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Jumpluff and switch it with this Pokemon. Place this Pokemon on all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Jumpluff. You can just straight up search your deck for a Jumpluff. Dude, what is this? This is creepy. This is like straight creepy. Are they in like Sinnoh or something? I see a mountain, I think Sinnoh. Was Jumpluff any good? Lost March. This attack does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in the Lost Zone. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Alright, so we're getting the Return of Lost March. Oh, okay. I'm so glad I said excluding Prism Pokemon, Prism Star, because I could just like Ultra Ball away Prism Pokemon all day long. Okay, so this is a Grass type attack, right? And we saw that Spinarak was a Grass type attacker too, right? Right? Is that what it was? Spinarak? Your opponent exposes on Paralyze and Poison. So this is like a nice thing to like attack with early game, put yourself in the Lost Zone. So let's just say you have 4 Spinaraks and you evolve these boys. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 with 4, that's 12. So 12 Pokemon. Now this is a little bit harder to do than Night March because you can't just discard them. You have to put them in the Lost Zone. The easy part is actually the Skip Loom part. So place this Pokemon all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone. You can't attach Pokemon to Skip Loom as far as I know. I mean, we don't. I mean, this will be good in like expanded because you can attach Klefki, but this Klefki's not a standard anymore. Okay. Attack does 20 damage times, and it's a single Grass, which is nice. It is only 70 HP, so you have that benefit, I guess. But 70 HP is still a lot of it. That's a lot of HP. So right now, the easy thing is to do 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 160, 190 with a Choice Band. That's still good damage. That's actually kind of scary. So Jumpluff, this is going to be another one of those cheap decks. The Return of Night March. Continuous Headbutt, the best attack in the whole game. Pineco Incorporated. Shuckle GX. This is a card I'm actually really excited about. I think it's really strong. Prevent all damage on this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with 2 or less energy attached to them. So there you go. Everyone get your Shuckles. They are Lost March counters. Get your Shuckles while they're hot. So that's really good because it means that Zoroark can't attack you. They have to attach an extra energy, which is already annoying for Zoroark to do. So that's really nice in its own right. Decks like Rayquaza and Malamar, those are the 2 decks that come to mind, but those beat it because you have to attach multiple energy. And other Pokemon that have to attach like Lapras and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. I think that's a really good ability. Like, it's colorless too. Like, they're both colorless actually, so you can really throw this in any type of deck. So it's pretty cool because the triple poison is not bad. If your opponent's active Pokemon is not poison, put 3 damage counters. If you stack that with like 3 Sevipers, 4 Sevipers, you're doing 60, 70 damage between turns. That's really nice. I don't think there's any other way to increase poison, as far as I know, but like 60 between turns is pretty cool. Forcing switches. You can always play this with like Ennaporter, and like Enhance Hammers and Crushing Hammers, so you can be really annoying with this deck. It's a fear, but I play Malamar, so I'm not too afraid of it. But I also am playing Zoroark. I am looking into playing Zoroark Magcargo. We do have a video coming out with you guys of Malamar versus Zoroark Magcargo, and I really like Zoroark Magcargo in post-rotation. But you know, it's strong, that's why I like it. So I'm probably not going to be playing it too much because I don't like playing Zoroark that much. Rap GX, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. For 40 damage, it's a pretty weak GX attack, but it's only 1 energy, and like overall the card is very strong, so that's interesting. Heracross, strength of 100, so it doesn't do 100 damage. Yeah, strength of 100, 30 plus damage. If you have a stage 2 Pokemon bench, your attack does 90 more damage. So for 2 energy, I guess if you play like Venusaur for 1 energy, you're hitting for 120. So that's pretty cool. That's not even that bad. The new Venusaur tech, that's actually really cool. I like that. Something to think of if you do play Venusaur. Celebi Prism Star. I love me Celebi. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, and that Celebi is just absolutely adorable. I need to have like 7 of these in my binder. Just 1 actually, but it's so cool. I love me Celebi. This is good. Choose any number of your evolved Pokemon in play. For each of those Pokemon, remove the highest stage evolution card put into your hand. Choose any number of your evolved Pokemon. So you choose any number of your evolved Pokemon. So my evolved Pokemon in play. Remove the highest stage evolution card to put into your hand. Is it just made to be played with Lucario and Lycanroc and stuff? Like, why would you want to do that? You can deny GX knockouts, I guess. You can reuse cards like Lycanroc and Lucario, but like most of the time you want to be attacking with a Lucario every turn, so that doesn't seem that good. I mean, obviously this is just something you just throw in Lucario. So it's useful in that way, I suppose, but that seems very weird. Leech Seed, 20 damage, heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. That sucks. Okay. What else is this useful for? If you have Pokemon that have like different evolutions, like a Carlia can evolve into Glade or Gardevoir, that's an option. I guess you can switch between the different evolution lines. Like the only thing, just because I play a lot of Lucario, the only thing I can think of for this deck is Lucario. That's really strange. It is kind of interesting though, like if you play this in Zoroark or something, because you can do all your trades, right? You can put all your GXs down, do all your trades, and then you can end your turn by using Time Warp, which completely denies all your 2 prized Pokemon. So like in like a Zoroark mirror match, or not Zoroark mirror match, like a Zoroark versus Buzzwole or something, and you want to do a bunch of trades, but you want to remove your Zoroarks at the end of the turn, it's pretty interesting in that way. It's a fun little tech if you're playing Weakness and you have like that kind of thing going on, but I don't see this card being played too much. I definitely want to play with it though, because it seems like such a cool idea, but it's so weird for a Prism Star. Like, this is the kind of attack that you'd expect on a regular Pokemon, not on a Prism Star. But it's fine. We'll keep going. We got Cyndaquil, 60 HP, like we mentioned earlier. They always have a 60 and 70. I guess this is why they were doing this for so long. Yeah, alright, I'm going to switch with the music too, because you guys are probably sick of the same music. Let me actually listen to it, because I haven't had my headphones in. Alright, cool. I like this song a lot. Alright, hammer in. Cyndaquil being cute as always. I love me some Cyndaquil. Dude, Pokemon Go has made me really like Cyndaquil lately. I think it's adorable. Quilava. More hammer in. Is there like a hammer in ability or something? Singe burns for 3 energies. That sucks. Alright, Typhlosion, maybe any good. Burning energy. Hey, that's a special energy card. Once during your turn, you may choose to treat all energy attached to your Pokemon in play as fire energy until the end of your turn, including cards newly brought into play. Oh, that's really good, because like, I guess it doesn't really matter, but so you can play just DCEs and they'll count as fire energies. Alright, Lost Flame, 120 damage. Put 2 energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon in the Lost Zone. Oh, that's really strong actually. That's actually like super strong. That's a crazy disruption, because they can't even put that stuff back. But it's for 2 DCEs, which kind of sucks. That's really hard to pull off. Do we have, like, if we get any fire acceleration, or I guess technically you could like just throw this in a Malamar deck and make the psychic energies count as fire energies. Oh, that's actually really cool, because you could just play like fire decks now with Malamar or any other like energy accelerator. Like, it can be any type of energy accelerator as long as you have a Typhlosion in play. They'll count as fire energies. That's something to think about, bro. That's something to think about in the future. It's still stage 2 when you're playing with stage 1, and then you have to play other attackers as well. So it's like kind of meh. But Lost Flame is pretty cool. I like that. It's a 2 KO attack. The only problem is that like you can't. I mean, you're a 1 prize attacker. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It seems really interesting. Houndour, it's basic art. Nasty Plot, again, same thing as the other one. Operation 50 damage. If you have any more cards in hand than your opponent's attack does 80 more damage. So for 2 fires, you can do 130. 160 the choice band, that's alright. It's only 110 HP though, which kind of sucks. Entei, our boy. Look at that artwork. Dude, isn't this like the same artwork from the second movie? Or the third movie? The artwork is intense. Fire Fang. Eruption 80. Oh, come back. 80 damage. Each player discards the top card of their deck. This attack does 60 more damage for each energy discarded. I mean, that pairs well with Macargo. For 3 energies though, so I mean 60 more damage is pretty nice. 140, 170 with the choice band, but it's still 3 energies, so it's kind of rough. Blacephalon. Actually, you know what? I gotta keep in mind that like Electrode is still a card, and Electrode could be really cool with Typhlosion. Anyways, Blacephalon is a card I really like and I want to talk about. 180 HP. This card was announced forever ago, so I do remember what this does. 180 HP, Fire type, Ultra Beastie. Burning Buster. Your opponent's Pokemon is now burning, confused. Meh, doesn't matter. The second attack matters though. Mind Blown. 50 damage. You may send any number of fire energy attached to your Pokemon and play to the Lost Zone. This attack does 50 damage times the number of cards you send this way. Now, it's kind of difficult to pull off, but remember, this is an Ultra Beast. Also, discard one of your prize cards. If that card is an energy attached to one of your Pokemon. That's alright, I guess. It's a good way to just like take a prize for free. It's not just as good as Kartana is, and Kartana is pretty good. So, check out this crazy combo, right? This is something that I want to see if I can shout out this person because he came up with the idea. I was thinking about it beforehand, but like I do want to give out I want to give out credit where it's due. My life is propane. I don't know who this is. I thought I knew this person, but that's their name on Discord. All right, so check it. So what you can do, right, is you can play any like non-GX, EX, I guess technically non-GX fire type Pokemon, or really any type, right? So what you want to do is we have a new Shuckle. It's not in here, not in this set, but it's in a different set. I'm actually surprised it's not in here, but I know we have a new Shuckle somewhere. I'm actually gonna see if I can find this. I'm gonna talk while doing this, but the Shuckle's ability is you may put, when you put this card down on your bench, you may put 3 basic energy from your discard pile, from your deck to the discard pile. And if you do that, you can put like 5-6 energies in the discard pile, right? Now, why would you want to put them in the discard pile? Because we have Electro GX, so you can use Electro GX to knock itself out. And this is I think a different Typhlosion, so we'll talk about this as well. To knock itself out and then put 5 energies on the board, 5 fire energies. So that's already 5 energies for your attack, right? There's this card as well we can talk about. And these will be talked about later in the video. I hope so at least. But then your opponents have 4 prizes, which means it's time for you to use B-String. And now you can put potentially 8 more energies on the board, not counting your manual attachment. So if you count your 1 manual attachment for the turn, and assuming you had 0 energies on your board, that is what, 8 plus 5 plus 1. So that's like 6 plus 8. That's 14 energies. In 1 turn, you have the potential to do that. Obviously, that involves having a beyond perfect turn. But I think we saw Shuckle in the previous video I recorded with Fairy Rises and stuff. But anyways, just if you look up the Shuckle, if you guys are interested. So that's really cool. So Blacephalon, then you'll have enough energy for the rest of the game. You can attach some of those energies to like 2 or 3 Blacephalons and then just start blowing away your opponent the rest of the game. So I think that's really dope. It's a really cool idea. I definitely want to try it. It's a crazy combo. It's hard to pull off, but you have access to cards like Acrobike, which will help you discard energy, help you go through your deck. You can always play Kiawe if you're going first and you just want to turn 1 Kiawe. You have plenty of options. Let's take a look at this Typhlosion. It's coming out in Korokoro. Search your deck, or it's coming out in Korokoro. Search your deck for up to 3 fire energy attachment to your Pokemon any way you like. Whatever, it's fine. It's pretty interesting, but just pretty fine. We have this new card here. I didn't even think it was a real card, but it is. It looks like a card that people just like, hey, you're supposed to give us your best fake card. It's Red's Pikachu. 70 HP, Volt Tackle for 100 damage. It's cool. It's cool artwork. It's cool that it's red and not ash, so that's pretty dope. But yeah, that's all there really is to that. All right, let's go back to talking about the set. Oh, I scrolled all the way up for no reason. Actually, no, because I was only up with Blacephalon. That's why. But anyways, Blacephalon seems like a really cool card. I think the combo is there. I think you can even play that Heatran that I played in what's it called? The Blaziken GX video I uploaded. the expanded one that you can use that to deal with Hoopas if you want to deal with Hoopas. So I think it's pretty dope. I like Blacephalon. I can't wait to try out that deck. We talked about this Slowpoke already, right? Oh, is this different artwork? It's adorable. Slowking. Look at that, our dude. Your opponents reveal their hand, choose one card, and put it into their Lost Zone. My god, there's so much Lost Zone stuff now. Whatever. 60 plus damage. Attack does 20 more damage times the number of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So Psychic, Standard Psychic. Delibird, standard artwork. Choose any number of your bench Pokemon without any Pokemon tools attached to them. Search your deck for up to that many Pokemon tool cards and attach them to one to each of your chosen Pokemon. Oh, so you can just search out tools. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's not really worth the attack or the turn, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Mantine or Mantine, whatever you want to say. Look at his face. Oh, I love him. If this Pokemon has any energy attached to it, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. That's pretty nice. Surf for 3 energy, so that's pretty okay. It's not that great. Now, Suicune Gx. This is a card I'm actually super interested in. It's so nice to see not only a dog or cat, whatever you want to call it, get a GX Pokemon, because we haven't seen Suicune get a GX in a long time, or EX or anything like that. But it's actually pretty decent, unlike its brothers, Entei and Raikou. Once during your turn, this Pokemon is on your bench, you may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. Already great, because that means you can deny knockouts as well as fill up your deck. You can also use it to just tank hits and then shuffle it back in. So it's really, really annoying. It's super annoying for your opponent, because if they can't OHKO you, they're never taking prizes. Like straight up never taking prizes. So that's pretty cool. And remember, we have access to Aqua Patch, and we can always shuffle back Aqua Patches in the deck with Oranguru to reuse Aqua Patches. So Suicune can just attack in like almost like forever. As long as your opponent doesn't like take 6 prizes off of Orangurus or knock out your Suicunes one hit. That's actually kind of crazy. I love Suicune already. Like just that ability makes me want to play this deck so bad. Alright, Cure Stream, 120 damage. During your opponent's next turn, the Fang Pokemon attacks do 30 less damage. Oh my god, my heart. Suicune, I love you. Oh, it's so good. So now it's doing 30 less damage, which means now your opponent has to hit 220, no 210 to knock you out. Now some decks will do that, but most of the time whenever you're thinking about hitting Zoroark, you're usually hitting it for weakness or you need a choice band. So you can play a couple field blowers, go some choice bands, deny knockouts that way. This is actually super duper dope. Oh, I love this card. Brinkyle Gx. Brinsile, I don't know what that is. Let me know I'm gonna actually, you know what? Don't let me know. I'm gonna look this up myself. We're gonna see what this word even means. Apparently it's not a real word. Brinsile, underwater icicle, finger of death. Ice Brinnikiles? Did they misspell it here? They might have misspelled it. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Have you ever... Oh, you know, I should have just looked up the Wikipedia. I don't want to watch any videos because I don't want to get any counter claims. Is a downward growing hollow tube of ice enclosing a plume of descending brine that is formed by developing sea ice. As seawater freezes in the polar opposites, yada yada, creating a downward flow of dense, extremely cold and saline water with a lower freezing point than the surrounding water. When the plume comes into contact with neighboring ocean water, it is extremely cold temperature, causes ice to instantly form around the flow. This creates a hollow stalactite or icicle referred to as a brinicle. That sounds dangerous and I love it. It's such a cool card. It's a cool attack. This is the Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. It's alright. I mean, like, it's kind of got the Gliscopod effect where you can hit them for 180 with this card with the choice band. Overall, I think this is really dope, especially if you pair it with cards like Volcanion, Prism Star to put a bunch of things in range of Cure Stream. And it's just a nice 2-hit KO attack. The only thing that sucks is that it is a 3 energy attack, so it's not exactly the easiest card to constantly be setting up, but with Aqua Patch and with the fact that you're shuffling cards back in and you can just use a Oranguru to shuffle back Aqua Patches, because you're shuffling back 3 Aqua Patches at a time, which is a lot of Aqua Patch. That is a lot of Aqua Patch to shuffle back. Anyways, this video is very long. Let's keep going. Marini. Spike is 50 HP. It's mad. It's meh. Toxapex. 120 HP. It's meh. 50 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, this attack does 50 more times the number of damage counters on it. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's not worth it though. It's only 120 HP. You gotta have more. You gotta have more than 120 HP to impress me. This number 1 rule. Lanterns. Choose up to 4 item cards from discard pile, show them to your opponent, and shuffle them into your deck. Great attack. It's not worth though. It's not worth playing the Pokemon down. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fluffy Pillow. Once during your turn, this Pokemon's your active Pokemon. You choose to leave your opponent's active Pokemon asleep. Oh my, that's great. It's so cool. It's 50 HP though, which sucks. But I mean, like, is there really a difference between 50 and 60 HP? Hardly. I don't know if there's like a time where your opponent will be hitting 50 and not 60. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually pretty cool. Flaffy. I hope this Ampharos is good. Let's take a look at Ampharos here. And Flaffy's artwork is, look how happy you're, Mary. Yeah. Ampharos is always epic. Look at Ampharos is such a cool Pokemon. Once during your turn, you may put 2 lightning energy from your hand to the Lost Zone. If you do leave your opponent's active Pokemon's paralyzed. I mean, it's cool because paralysis is always strong, especially if they used up all their Guzmas, but like, it's also kind of rough because you don't want to be putting your energies in the Lost Zone. You can't get those back. Also, you have to have 2 in your hand, which is also something that's pretty rare for the most part. Split Bomb. This attack does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Well, this card is not that great. I thought it was gonna be cool, but it's not. We got Raikou, the other dog, hitting you with that Aura Sphere, or Shadow Ball in this case. Although it does learn Aura Sphere with like a vent, right? So we'll just say it's an Aura Sphere. Shout out to Raikou. Welcome to the Aura Squad, bro. If you have any lightning energy and lost one, attack does 90 more damage, so I can do 120 for 2 energy. Not bad. Once again, got more HP, bro. Impress me. We got Natu. Oh, a lost Marchese. Detect the 20 damage times the amount of Pokemon in your Lost Zone. Okay. I mean, like, it's just another attacker. Usually you're going to be using Jump Off. It's only 40 HP too. But I guess it's not bad either because you're not going to be able to get those Jump Offs back once they're in the Lost Zone. Once they get knocked out because all the pre-evolutions are in the Lost Zone already. So it's a nice backup attacker. Alright, well, Lost March is back, I guess. Energy Gauge or damage your opponent reveals their hand if they have an energy card attached with it, attack to 60 more damage. You just want to play the Natu. Espeon, non-GX Espeon. What you got going? You're cute. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, it's basic. They're always basic. Draw 3 cards. Psychic Crush. 20 damage, attack to 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. It's not bad if they play a lot of energies. Although most of the time it's not going to be worth it. So it's alright. Oh, I've heard some horror stories about these unknowns. Once during your turn, 60 HP. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and your bench Pokemon have a combined total of at least 66 damage counters on them, you may choose to win the game. Okay, cool. So is it possible to have 66 damage counters on your bench? That's like 660 damage. Let's think about it in like a Zoroark sense, right? If you have 5 Zoroarks on your bench, you have 2, 4, 6, 8. You have 1,000 damage plus 1,050 damage. So it's possible, you know. It's definitely possible. I'm thinking like if a Necrozma uses its GX attack on you and puts 400 damage on the bench. I guess if you have a Lele down, it could be 500, right? Which means you have to have an extra 16 damage counters on you. Yeah, this is not gonna ever happen, but it's adorable. If you play like your own Shrine of Punishment and try to make sure your Pokemon never get knocked out. This is wild. All right, cool. Damage. Does it have all the letters here? D-A... No, they don't. D-A... Yeah, I'm not seeing damage. Unless this is like G. D-A-M... Right? Is this D-A-M-A-G? Oh, it does say damage. D-A-M-A... Oh, that's so cool. That's actually pretty dope. Hand. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you have at least 35 cards in your hand. You may choose to win the game. Alright, cool. Well, Zora can maybe do it. That's so funny. Hand. Alright, this one definitely says hand. 35 cards in your hand, that's not possible. Alright guys, everybody get your judges ready or else we're all losing to unknown. Is there a way to get multiple cards back into your hand besides like just trading all the time? Like you play this in Swampert? Swampert 3, 6, 9, 12. You get 12 extra cards in your hand every turn. So like in Swampert, right? Let's just say you have like 0 cards in your hand. You get 12. You have 1 card in your hand, alright? You get 12, but you're ultimately losing 3. Or 4, I guess. And you had 1 to begin with, so you had 13 minus 4, it's 9. So you're getting a net gain of 9 cards plus the 1 card you draw for turn every turn, right? So you're getting 10 cards every turn. So if you have 4 Swampers down, you can win this in like 3 turns. 3 turns if you actually had a hand to begin with. And your opponent never judges you. So everyone, get your Swampert's Unknown ready. Oh boy, Missing. Does that have all the letters from Missing? Oh, it does. Oh, that's so cool. I just learned that this is G. You know, this doesn't really look like a G, but that's kind of cool. If this Pokemon's reactive Pokemon, your opponent has at least 12 supporter cards. Oh, supporter. I thought I was going to say 12 Pokemon in the Lost Zone. I was about to have a heart attack because that would be very easy with this Lost Zone stuff. If you have at least 12 supporter cards in the Lost Zone, you choose to win the game. How many supporter prisms do we have? And how do you put supporters in the discard, in the Lost Zone, besides being a prism card? I don't think there is a way right now. Hold on, wait. Yeah, for the rest of this video, until like I get to like Lost Removal Item Card, whatever it's called, I think that Unknown's ability is having 12 supporter cards in our own discard pile, not our opponent's, the Lost Zone, I mean. So I do want to apologize for you guys that get triggered, because I am going to talk about it a little bit between now and that card, but know that it's a mistake. I just misunderstood. It's our opponent's supporters, not our own supporters. All right, back to the video. Because like you can't have supporters attached to Pokemon, so I don't think this is possible. I don't think this is possible. That's pretty dope. So maybe if they, okay, how many supporters? Let's just say we get 2. We don't have 2, but let's say we get 2 Prism supporters every set from when they got announced. What was our first Prism supporter? I don't remember. I don't know how many there are right now, but I don't think there's that many. I know we have Lysander Prism because I've been playing with that card and it's been a lot of fun. Let me check my binder real quick. I have this binder right here anyways. I know we have there's 1 Prism supporter in this deck if I remember correctly. What set did Prisms come out of? Ultra Prism? What set is this? This is Ultra Prism, I think, right? That's like the first one, because that's the one with Super Boost energy. Right? I don't actually remember. I don't remember the set names, honestly. I'm like really tired, so I can't remember. I can't be bothered to remember. Yeah, we don't have many Ultra. We don't have many. I don't know. We have Lance Prism coming out. We have Lusamine, I think, is a Prism card in here. And we have Lance, and I mean Lysander, so whatever. I don't know. I don't think that this will ever happen though. I hope to God it doesn't happen, because like if they were to print 12, then like every deck could be able to do this. Because then you just play Gladion, right? And then you use Gladion to put them into your hand every game. And then you just kind of discard them eventually. Please don't do. Please just print 11. Tease us with like 11 Prism supporters. Excuse me. Wobbuffet, 110 HP. As long as Pokemon's on your bench, each player's Prism Star Pokemon can't attack and has no abilities. Ooh, that sucks. It has to be. It can be on your bench too. It doesn't have to be active. Ooh, that's rough. If we ever get any broken Prism Star Pokemon, I guess we kind of do have some right now, but like I don't think it's worth teching for like Solgaleo Prism or what is it? Latios Prism. I don't think it's worth teching for those yet, but it's pretty interesting. Girafarig, Lost Burial. Choose 2 of your opponent's discard pile and put them into the Lost Zone. It's not your own, so you can't use this with unknown, so that's good. Attack isn't affected by weakness or resistance. That's pretty cool. Nothing great though. Nihilego. Attack can only be used when your opponent has 2 prize cards remaining. Choose an attack of one of your opponent's Pokemon in play and use it as its attack. Oh, that's actually not cool. That's actually not bad. That's another just tech Pokemon, right? Because like usually your opponent will have good attacks if they're winning. So for only a single Psychic Energy, you can play this in any Rainbow Energy deck or Unit Energy deck. So that's actually really cool. No, I like this card. This is a good card. It can honestly be like if you're this can literally be a game-winning attack too. That's actually super dope. And it confuses and poisons, which is always like nice little hacks. So hacks is always welcome, especially for 1 energy. That's a pretty good card. I'd say get yourself like 2 of those. Maybe just 1, because you're only gonna play 1 in a deck. But it's always nice to have 2 things. A new Poipole. Look at your opponent's. Look at all your face down cards and put them back face down. That's pretty nice. That's actually kind of like the new go-to Poipole, right? I mean, the other one poisons, but this one means you can decide what prizes to take the rest of the game. You don't have to shuffle your prizes. This is like the brand new Poipole to go to. That's pretty dope. I'll take it. New Naganadel. That's non-GX, 130 HP. What does this do? Once you're in your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from discard pile to this Pokemon. Oh, that's pretty cool. 80 damage if you have exactly 3 prize cards remaining. This deck does 80 more damage. Oh, it sucks. I mean, it pairs well with the other Naga, assuming they don't take a prize the following turn. You can hit for 190 DCE and then use your ability. I mean, it's not awful, but it has 130 HP. That's a plus. It's not bad. But like you usually don't use the other Naga's attack to use his GX attack. You usually just kind of rock with this. I guess like if one of your tag team Pokemon get knocked out, you can come in with Turning Point, hit them for 160, 190 with a Choice Band. It's not awful. I think it's worth a one of just because Naganadel has problems hitting big numbers, and this is your big numbers if you're in the right position. So new Sudowoodo, fighting type, hit harder, 20 damage with the Pokemon. Your active Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn. This attack does 80 more damage. That's hard to pull off. So I don't really like it. Like it's nice to have a fighting type for Zoroark, but I don't think it's worth because like Zoroark will OHKO you anyway, so it doesn't matter. Phanpy, last resort, flip a coin. All right, I like Phanpy. You're a little doll. Donphan, I like the Donphan that just came out. What does this one do? This Pokemon has full HP and will be knocked out by damage from an attack. This Pokemon is not knocked down. Its remaining HP is 10, so it's got its own built-in Focus Sash. During your next turn, this Pokemon spinning rolling spin does 70 more damage. I guess you can guarantee this if you attack first, which is kind of hard because it's a 2 energy attack, so it's alright. It's not that great, but it's alright. Hitmontop. I can't stop looking at its eyes. 30 damage, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Your opponent switches their active. Oh, this is just a better version of the. Oh, it's so because it's a basic. Oh, that sucks. Because the Donphan is cool because it has like a 2 energy attack cost that does this. It does a bit more damage, but this one's just better. That sucks. You can hit for 50 with Diancie, 80 with Choice Band. I mean, you're not knocking out Zoroark, but like you're rapid spinning and forcing them to switch, which is really nice. Triple kick, flip some coins to 40. Okay, this triple kick doesn't matter. That's cool. I mean, it's nice because it makes the Donphan deck a little bit easier to play, the rapid spin deck. So I'm down for that. 80 HP is a really good number too, because it's like it's still being knocked out by Zoroark, obviously, but it's also not like being knocked out by Lele with any ease. Larvitar, we're getting that Tyranitar in this set that people like. Pokemon's on your bench, takes some damage from bench. Blah, 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 blah. If this Pokemon's on your bench, it takes some damage from attacks. That's pretty nice. 60 HP, second strike. Like to say more damage. Meh, it's alright. Pupitar. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve on your Pokemon, you may choose to have any damage on this Pokemon by your opponent's attacks reduced by 15 to the end of your opponent's turn. That's pretty cool. Makes you immune for most part from being knocked out. Another Meowth. If you go second, this attack does 60 more damage. Meh. They're free attackers, and I'm down for free attackers. This attack damage reduced by 30 for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's funny. Cool. Ooh, Umbreon. Is it good? Umbreons are pretty bad most of the time. 30 damage if one of your opponent's Pokemon was knocked out by if one of your Pokemon was knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during your opponent's last turn, attack does 9 more damage. So okay, it's retaliate, just like all the other retaliates. For 1 energy doing 120. I mean, you can time it well with your EV attacks, I suppose, but not many things have dark weakness, so it's not really worth playing. Dark Cutter only does 60. Alright, here it is, Tyranitar. 250 HP, big boy. Big boy. Look at that mouth. That mouth is gaping. He is hungry. Lost out. If one of your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this Pokemon's attack, put that Pokemon, all cards attached to it, into the Lost Zone. Very matchup dependent. You don't want to be running into Lost March playing this card. I mean, that's cool. Like, you can stop your opponent from using Rescue Stretcher and some cards, so it's not bad. Vicious Sandstorm, 130 damage attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench basic Pokemon. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, that's a really cool attack. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponents. Oh, that's a really nice attack. You can put Lele's in range of this attack of you with actually, yeah, because you're like 10 short from knocking out Lele's. I guess you play Devoured Field, you do knock out Lele's anyways, but like, for the most part you're 10 short, so you can put things in range. You can put like, oh, that's a really cool. I actually really like this attack because it forces your opponent to evolve right away too. Yeah, this is a good attack. I like this attack. It's for 3 dark energies though. That's really hard to pull off. Smackdown GX, 220 damage. It's not affected by any effects of your opponent's defending Pokemon. Oh, that's nice, because you can just take a knockout no matter what the situation, just like Mewtwo does. Alright, that's cool. I like it. 3 Dark Energies is kind of rough. Like, I guess an Expanded is kind of cool, but 130 damage from the Expanded isn't that great. So, it's okay. It's okay. We'll have to see if we get any way to accelerate, like, if we can even accelerate, like, 1 Dark Energy onto this Pokemon, it'd probably be worth something. But we'll see what happens. I like it, though. I think it's pretty cool. I definitely want to try it out. Fortress. Flip 3 coins, attack does 10 damage to your opponent's Pokemon times the number of heads. Alright, cool. Put this Pokemon on all cards attached to the Lost Zone. It does 190, so you explode, but you're gone forever. Oh, another Scizor. I like Scizor. 120 HP. This one takes 30 less damage from attack. Alright, so I was about to say, I don't like your number, but this ability is good. If this opponent's active Pokemon has any special energy attached to it, this attack does 70 more damage. Oh, cool. This is dope. So 140, 170. You can knock out Lele's if they have any DCs attached to them. You're doing 170 damage, which is just good in general, but I don't think it's worth it. I think the Zoroark GX or Scizor GX is much better. Merrill and Azumarill. Droplet search. I remember reading this card. Search your deck for it. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck. Choose any number of energy you find there. Attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. So it's just like the Togekiss card that I used to play, but it's an attack and non-ability, so it's worse. Nothing's better than Togekiss. Snubble. It's got a flower on its head. Discard up to 2 train cards from your hand. Take 20 damage for each card discarded. Alright. Granbull. 30 damage if you have no cards in your hand. This attack does 130 more damage. Dude, if you're losing the game, you can do 160. That's funny. With a choice, or the two, was it 190 with a choice band? It's not even bad. Healing Purette, heal 20 damage to your Pokemon. Kind Slap. Is he sitting next to a substitute? Oh, he is. Oh, it's adorable. Your opponent's active damage counters attack does nothing. Oh, that's funny. 160 HP. Once during your turn, you may remove 1 special condition from your active Pokemon. That's not that great. Powerful Slap, 80 damage. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon attack does 80 damage times the number of heads. Hey, that could do some damage. 3 heads, bro. It's time. 240 damage. It's time. Eevee. Alright, nothing's as good as the evolution Eevee. Stantler. That artwork is kind of creepy. Stantler is such a weird Pokemon. 20 damage if the Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, it does 60 more damage. I mean, it's whatever. Smeargle. Is it good? Your opponent reveals their hands. Choose a supported card you find there and use it. Oh, so it's the ability but an attack. Alright, I see you, big dog. Miltank. Oh, it's Whitney. I love me, Whitney. Your opponent, you may reveal any number of Moo Milk cards from your hand to your opponent's attack does 60 for each card revealed. So you were telling me is that if I collect 4 Moo Milks in my card in my hand, I'll be hitting for 240 with Milk Cannon. That knocks out Pikachu GX, bro. That knocks out Tag Team GX. It might be time to play some Miltank, boys and girls. Lugia Gx. This is a card that everyone was really, they didn't like the artwork too much, but the full art is kind of cool. Okay, 190 HP, not bad. They're all colorless energy attacks, so that's not bad either. So you can play this in like Malamar comes to mind. It's really the only thing that comes to mind. 30 damage attack is 30 damage times the number of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's pretty cool, I guess. The psychic, normal psychic. It doesn't hit anything for weakness, which is why it's like just kind of meh. Watatsume Spear, love the name. 170 damage. This Pokemon can't use Watatsume Spear during their next turn. Is that good? It's definitely not bad. Mewtwo does 3690. It only does 120 for 4 energy, right? Mewtwo GX. So I guess if you want to hit like 170 without losing energy attachments, I'm thinking about like in Malamar, right? In Malamar, if you want to hit 170 without losing attachments, you can hit a continuous 170. This card is definitely decent because like you can hit bigger numbers with Necrozma, but you have to discard. You can GX one time with Mewtwo hitting for 200, but the rest of the time you're only hitting like, I think it's 30 for each energy you attach, so 36, 90, 120, so you're only here for 120. I think that's right. I'm actually going to double check that because I feel like that might not be right. Dawnwings only does 120 for 3 energies. So, I mean, Lele obviously only hits for 80 for 4 energies, so like, it seems like, let me double check, so I have the deck right here. Yeah, full burst is 30 times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon, so yeah. So, this attack is definitely not bad for Malamar decks. There's not many other decks that can accelerate energy, so attacking with 4/4 energy is probably not worth it for most other decks, but this Pokemon can't use Watatsume Spear. Okay, so that's a problem in itself though, is that you can't use Watatsume Spear again. You can always use Psychic, but Psychic only does like 30 guaranteed. Lost Burst GX. Put your opponent's active Pokemon on all cards attached to it until they're lost zone. That's not bad. I mean, you're not taking a knockout, but if your opponent has like a really important card set up, you can just completely decimate it. Just get rid of it altogether with that. I mean, obviously you you're not taking a knockout. So maybe some cards will be able to take a knockout over Lugia. I think it's just a nice little addition. Maybe like a one of. I don't hate the card. I think it's pretty cool. Like you just can't chain Watatsume, which kind of sucks. So it almost feels pointless, right? Because if you're not using this 2 turns in a row, then there's no point in like having a Pokemon that can keep energies attached to it. Because, well, I guess to be fair, like you can switch between a Necrozma and a Lugia, but the problem with, or you can switch between 2 Lugias in a Malamar deck. Obviously, you're gonna need to have like 3 Malamars and a manual attachment every turn, which is kind of impossible. I mean, not impossible, but like unlikely. Where you just have 4 Malamars, which is also unlikely. But it's a new weakness, I guess. So I don't know. There's positives and negatives to it. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think of Lugia? Let me know. Pika Pack got a secret tech. Meh. I mean, Toucan's a meme on the channel, so I'm about to shoot my Toucan. Those are good times, man. Why is this man using like Shadow Ball? This man's getting too serious. Everyone's getting too serious. This card's in your hand. You may place it in the Lost Zone. If you do, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Then return to the... Hold on. Once during your turn, if this card is in your hand, you may place it in the Lost Zone. So it's another free card you can play in Lost March already. You don't even have to evolve into it. If you do, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, then return to the top of your opponent's deck. If that card is a supporter, put it in the Lost Zone instead. Bro, this card is wild. It's so good, dude. Lost March is broken. Oh, that sucks. I hate it whenever like these decks are broken. Alright, well, that's just an extra 4 cards. So now 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So Lost March is looking really good. 240 HP. They can do 240 damage with relative ease. It's easy to search this thing out with like Ultra Ball or whatever, and you can even search it with Timer Ball, which Timer Ball is looking like a pretty nice card in this deck. That is it's a good card. It's almost upsetting. It's actually very upsetting. It's a good deck thinning card too. And it's a really cool card for decks that are like want to disrupt your opponent. Like it's actually just a decent card in general. I'm just kind of upset because I'm getting like Night March fears. And as long as we get more Pokemon that have these kind of abilities, it just makes Night March better and better. And Lost March, I'm getting scared, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting scared. Ooh, I'm nervous. Everyone play your Shuckles. Toucan. This attack is you're burned. 160 damage. If this Pokemon evolved during your turn, this attack does nothing. Okay. Alright, here's that React Hammer. What does this do? Oh, it's so cool looking. Looks like it looks like an anime weapon, like straight up. This card can be used by the player going second on their first turn. Scar energy from your opponent's Pokemon in play. That sucks. That's fine, I guess. Ultra Ball or Candy, switch, Pokemon Catcher, Moo Milk. Choose one of your Pokemon, flip 2 coins, reach head, heal 30 damage from that Pokemon. This is actually kind of interesting because there's that new Incineroar that got announced, Incineroar GX, which I don't know where these cards are coming from, that I don't get to see them as often as I do. Let me see if I can pull up Incineroar. I thought these would all be in the same set. They announced a lot of cards, but they're not all in the same set like I thought they'd be. Incineroar GX is pretty cool. Its ability to detach energies to itself, so you never have to manually attach. Here it is. Dark Order. Okay, so I guess we're not looking at Dark Order right now. We have to wait till we see the Dark Order deck list, I guess. Anyways, Dark Order. Once during your turn, you may put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon. If you do, search your deck for up to 3 Dark Energy and attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Oh, I thought this was only whenever you evolve. You can do this whenever you want. So it's actually kind of interesting because you can play like cards like Energy Switch with this deck. And I was thinking like, how would you make this card good? Because it's a 2 KO machine, 130 damage, discard special energy attack from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's a pretty good attack. And then DD Tornado GX, 10 damage attack does 50 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. You can obviously stack that up, although you don't really need to past the first time. But I was thinking like, how do you make this card good? And the only things that came to mind were like healing, but you can't use Max Potion, obviously. Actually, you can use Max Potion, but then you're damaging yourself again, putting yourself back to 220 HP. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? So what I was thinking is maybe try something like Life Herb, and now we have Moo Milk too. It's flippy, but you can heal the damage you put on yourself, and you can pair it with cards like Max Potion, and you can keep yourself at 250 HP. So I mean, like being at 220 HP doesn't really seem that bad either, because nobody can ever like hit 220 HP. So Max Potion isn't bad, because if you can do this whenever you want, it's actually a pretty good card. So I think this Incineroar is really good. I thought it was only whenever you evolved. I didn't know it was every turn. So as long as if your opponent can't hit 220, you're set. If they can hit 220, you're kind of not set. You kind of lose. There's not a lot of decks that can hit 220. I mean, you do have a psychic resistance too, so Mewmore has a harder time against you. So Incineroar's pretty cool. I like Incineroar a lot, actually. All right, cool. But I was thinking, like, if you want to be at max HP, you can play cards like Life Herb, and now you can play cards like Mewmore. I'm actually gonna exit out of this. There we go. So there's some options for you guys. Mewmore is probably better than Life Herb in this case, because you only want to heal that 30 damage most of the time. Lost Mixer. So put 2 cards from your hand in the Lost Zone, then draw 1 card from your deck. Oh no, this makes Unknown really easy to win with. Put 2 cards from your hand in the Lost Zone. If you can't put 2 cards, oh, that's so dumb. You can win with Unknown really easily now, can't you? Because there's only 12 supporters. Did it say don't count prisms? Because if so, then like this is like a legitimate deck. Hold on. Once during your turn, this Pokemon's your active Pokemon, and you have oh, it's your opponent. Oh, I must have triggered so many of you guys. Okay, never mind. I apologize. I thought it was your own Wait a minute, is there ways to put there's that, yeah, you can't really put 12 of your opponent's prizes. Okay, even if you use Trumbeak, you can't put 12. I probably triggered so many of you guys. I apologize. Choice Helmet. If the Pokemon's card attached to you takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon GX and EX. Okay, that's cool. I don't know if that's good, but it's cool. Another Fairy Charm. This one is Grass, so that's pretty nice. All right, on to the supporters. Whitney, draw 1 card. Draw an additional 2 cards for each Whitney in your discard pile. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can draw 7 cards one time. Actually, I guess you can technically like constantly be putting Whitney back. Bro, it's actually really interesting. If we had an easy way to discard supporters, Whitney would be like the best draw supporter, right? Because you can pow pad and put the Whitney back every time. Oh, that's actually really cool. I want to try to pull off a Whitney strat. I don't know how good it is, but like even if you're only drawing like 5 cards, like if you have 2 in the discard pile, drawing 5 cards, like straight up drawing 5 cards is really strong. This is a good card. Draw an additional 2 cards for each Whitney in your discard pile. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. 2, 4, 6, 7. You're drawing 7, and you just use Palpad. And oh, this is the kind of deck where if you want a really good, but you also need to like make space for 8 cards as opposed to just 4, because you need 4 Whitney, and then you also need 4 Palpads if you want to continuously use Whitney to its best effect. So, because then you can shuffle in like Guzma Whitney every time. That's super dope. And then you can play things like Aqua Patch, Acrobike. I like Whitney. I think Whitney's dope. Professor Elm's Lecture. Search your deck for 3 Pokemon with 60 HP or less. Reveal them, put them in your hand. They don't even have to be basics. That's cool. Alright, that's dope. I like that card. Obviously, Faba. Faba's such a dope character. I love his design. It's so menacing. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon tool cards, special energy cards, or stadium in play, and put it into the Lost Zone. Alright, cool. So you can put things in the Lost Zone. I mean, I guess that's dope. Howl, Lily, Lusamine Prism Star. Now, what do you do? I love Lusamine. She's so dope. You can only play this card if your opponents have 3 prize cards remaining. Prevent all damage done to your Ultra Beast by your opponent's attacks during your opponent's next turn. So it's just straight immunity for Ultra Beast. I like how everything's based off 3 prizes. Like Naga's so cool. I mean, it's dope. It's really hard to pull it off, especially since it's a supporter, but it's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, it's worth testing at least. Heat Factory. Once during your turn, you may discard or fire energy from your hand if you do draw 3 cards. This is another way to pull off my Blacephalon strategy. So it's just a Scorched Earth, but a little bit better, kind of. I mean, it's a little bit better in the save in case that draws you more, but it's also a Prism. Has the same effect as all the other Prism cards have as far as stadiums go. Alright, cool. I mean, it's just draw supporter. Draw supporters are always nice. Or draw support, I should say. Level C, DCE, and then Memory Energy. This card provides a colorless energy. This Pokemon this card is attached to can use the attacks of its previous evolutions. We have Celebi in format, so I don't know if this is any good. Maybe if Celebi ever rotates, but like we have Celebi, Shining Celebi in format, so I don't see this card ever being played, like ever. Like ever. It's such a bad card. Well, anyways, this has been an hour-long video, so we're gonna end it here. I have school tomorrow morning, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know what you guys think of all these cards. I do want to apologize again for triggering all of you guys. I'm probably going to put a thing in the video somewhere that says, maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can remember to do it, where I say that like, hey, sorry, I'm wrong. Ignore me every time I talk about this card. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share all the good jazz. Let me know what you think of these cards, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.